Howdy. Uh, have some M&M's white candy corn. I don't have high expectations for this. I do love candy corn. I mentioned I'm a candy corn fan. But part of what I like about candy corn is the texture. I like that waxy, weird texture to candy corn. And this ain't going to have it. I have a feeling it might taste like that Hershey bar that was white chocolate. It was just good. Anyways, let's get an orange, a white, and a yellow to make a real candy corn. Give her a try. Okay, the flavor's coming through. It certainly, yeah, it tastes like it. I see something. I taste some chocolate in there too. No, it's just white in the inside. Yeah. They don't really have a solid candy corn flavor. They have a white chocolate flavor. Boo. I don't like them. Okay, just a quick Halloween story. Real short one. I was working the front area of the haunt one year. And the way it was set up, there was a big courtyard in the front. And the line kind of wiggled around it and in and out, but it was made so that you could leave the line, go use the restroom if they had to, and most importantly, go see our concession stand that I built for the haunt. And sold shirts and buttons that said stuff like "Daddy loves you." Excuse me, I nailed it up in it. Oh, that was not fun. I just nailed a piece of M&M. I should be done before I start these stories. Anyways, the idea was there was a courtyard that people could mill around and a lot of blinky stuff they bought, and they bought candies and sodas and water. That was good because, while they're waiting in a long line around it, they could see it. But that had nothing to do with the story. It just kind of gives you an idea of what this area looked like, where people were in line plus a big empty space in the middle of it, and what it was for. So this one guy was a pretty big guy, built, fit, I would guess 20 something, and he looked like he could be a football player in a college. This guy was big. And a friend of mine who went by the haunt name Lorena, she terrified him. This guy was so scared of her. And her stick was she was a rather very busty girl, and she wore a bustier Renaissance look that, with just cleavage for days, and makeup and gore and dress and stuff. I mean, the clothing was nothing other than the boobs would catch your eye. And she also carried 2 meat cleavers as her weapons. And when she would see guys look at her assets, she would just not say anything, but kind of go up to them and kind of move kind of sexy and flirtish. Not really talk. She did talk, but she would not talk at first. The line she would say is, "I'm going to cut it off." That was like her main line. And of course, cut it off meant and get it, the character's name was Lorena, as in Lorena Bobbitt, and she carried 2 meat cleavers. she would walk up and kind of, with the guys that were like, 20 to whatever, kind of threaten threaten their ding dong with the meat cleavers. And they hated it. And some guys they freaked out. They thought, she's going to cut it off. And they would just be scared as hell of this character, which I thought it was hilarious because, to me, there's certain things that I'm afraid. I'm not afraid someone's going to do that at a haunt. I mean, I'm afraid they might throw water in my face, a lot of things, but actually cut my ding dong off? No, that's not high on my list of real fears. This guy was terrified. I mean, when you see someone in line that's scared, it's generally a younger guy, and a nerdier guy, or a girl. This was a jock, a big guy that one punch and he would have stopped her. But he was scared. He was so scared. I mean, I was just watching her, just enjoying it, and I was dressed as Daddy. And I was smiling at her, every once in a while, giving her thumbs up and whatnot, and just really digging her skit. And at one point, it appears to where the line kind of moved as I was there, and he was right in front of me. And straight across the courtyard were porta potties. So I just decided to jump in and do something, and I leaned in and I whispered in his ear, "If I were you, I would hide in a porta potty. She won't go there." And this guy just thought the greatest idea was told to me. He didn't even look at who the idea came from. To him, that was the answer. And he bolts across that courtyard like, just running as fast as you can. He gets to a porta potty, and now these are your regular rental plastic lock door porta potties. He's not looking. He's not paying attention. He just grabs one of the doors and pulls with all his might, pops the lock because someone was in there, and throughout the courtyard you hear a blood-curdling scream and see a girl sitting there with her pants around her ankles. You didn't see anything, but it was fast, and he freaked out and slammed the door, and the entire courtyard just busted up, and me and Lorena just looked at each other and started like, let's get out of here, because we could not be there. We had to move into the corn and just laugh our asses off of what we just saw. It was one of the funniest scenes. It's actually one of those stories that still gets told. It was one of the funniest moments I've ever seen. And that poor girl, no one saw anything. It was 2 seconds of blood-curdling scream, which scared the guy and her, and then we watched, and it was maybe 20, 30 minutes later, she kind of comes out, and she has her hoodie up over her head and her head down, and she scoots across as fast as she can in the line to her boyfriend, who's kind of now at the front, kind of waiting, letting people go ahead. And she didn't want to come out of there. She was humiliated. She shouldn't have been humiliated. There was nothing to be seen, but God, that was so funny. Okay, well, there's one of our stories. I'll try and get some more out for Halloween. Bye-bye, folks. Don't buy these. They're disgusting.